Hi everyone, so today we're going to talk about distillation, and this is a method of separating a mixture where you want to separate out the solvent. You want to get a liquid, a pure liquid from a mixture. So I'll talk you through the piece of apparatus we've got here. We've got a round bottom flask, and you'll see I just have that sitting in a heater, and I can turn the heater on and adjust the temperature because we want what's inside the flask to heat up to evaporate off the liquid. It's attached to a thermometer at the top so we can see what temperature it evaporates at. And then it's connected through, so the gas is going to evaporate up here and come down this side arm, and it's not connected properly at the minute, but I'll do that in a second. And it comes into this is called a Liebig condenser. Now if you look carefully at it, you might be able to see that it's a tube inside a tube. So when the steam comes in through this end, you can see there's like a little tube inside it that it travels down. But around the outside of that tube then, we've got another glass sort of cylinder around it. And what happens is it's connected at a hose at the bottom of that, and the top is at another hose. And you can see there's sort of where the ends are for this outside cylinder, that's where the condensation happens. So the one at the bottom, as you can see, is connected to the water tap, and then the one at the top is just led into the sink. So when I turn the water tap on, you will see the water start to fill up. Now there's a bit of condensation just from the last time this was used. If I move around to the other side, you see it, maybe be able to see it better from this side, where you've got the inner tube and then this outside tube around it. So watch what happens when I turn the water on. You should start to see the water fill up from the bottom to fill that outside tube. Here we go. There's the water filling up. And then it comes out of the other tube into the sink. So what we end up with is we have like a cylinder or a coating of cold water surrounding that inside tube. So when the gas evaporates from the round bottom flask and comes down the side arm, it hits this and it's covered with a cold surface, which means it will condense, and we will collect it in a beaker at the bottom. Okay, I'm going to show you how this works now. Okay, so the mixture we're going to separate out today is some Diet Coke. And you maybe see from the back of the can of the Diet Coke the different ingredients that were in it. But the liquid that's in Diet Coke is water, and that's what we're going to try and get out from this mixture. We're going to try and get some pure water coming out at the end. So we're going to add the Diet Coke into the round bottom flask. I'm just going to pour some of it in. And then the thing I'm going to add are what's called anti-bumping granules. Now all these are our little beads of glass, and they help just spread the heat evenly through the mixture when it's reacting. So they don't actually do anything other than when we're heating it, help heat it evenly. Okay, so we're putting the stopper on, and I've got the thermometer here so we can see what temperature. I wonder, can you guess what temperature do we expect the thermometer to go to if we're trying to get pure water out? Maybe you can discuss that with your friends or with your teacher. Okay, so then we're going to put this into the heater, and we're going to connect this all together with the side arm going into the condenser, and I'm just pushing it in to make sure I get a good seal. So what's going to happen, we'll recap what's going to happen. The Diet Coke's going to get heated up. I've got the heater on. The water vapor will evaporate when it reaches 100 degrees. You'll get water vapor coming up. You'll be able to see the steam coming up. I might fast forward this so you can maybe see it happening faster. Then it will come down the side arm. It will still be steam or water vapor coming down here. And then when it reaches this part of the condenser, remember that's the bit with the cold surface around it, so the water vapor will condense into pure water or water liquid, and we will get a colourless liquid at the end that will be water. can you see? You maybe can't see in through that, but the Coke is boiling inside the round bottom flask. Then the surface of the flask is obviously colder, so some of it is some of the water vapor is condensing onto the surface of the flask. And as we move up, the water vapor that's hot enough will travel down the sidearm, and again it's colder, so we've got some condensation here. And as we go into the condenser, any gas, once it reaches this point, will condense because it's covered in that layer of cold, that cold tube that's still coming from the tap. And then it travels down the condenser, and what we're getting coming out of the bottom is a colourless liquid, which is pure water that was inside the Diet Coke.